I just finished a 2-hour session working on my English class. I started out my session reviewing my professor's announcement. We have a assignment due at the end of the week that he reviewed. Then he shared a spiritual thought about doing good for others, serving others. He shared a video that was 8 minutes long about a woman, a mom. This woman, she's excited. It's the beginning of a new day. And the reason she's excited is she's going to see her cousin in that evening. They got it planned out. She's flying to an airport nearby, and she's got a 2-hour layover, and they're going to meet up real quick and be able to see each other. Throughout the day, she's busy. She's taking the kids to school. She's helping them get breakfast and helps her son finish his science fair project. She has an unexpected person in her ward that comes by to drop off her daughter for her to babysit because she had a doctor's appointment. And then her sister messages her to have lunch, and she seems like she has a good time with that. And then she's like trying to plan to go to the airport, but then remembers she's has this commitment where she's going to make food for someone that just had a baby. And then while she's uh, when the timer goes off, she opens the oven and finds out the food's not cooked, and she didn't turn the oven on. So that sets her back another 30 minutes. And anyways, she takes her kids over to the babysitter so she can go see her cousin. But then she gets a message from her cousin that she's already gone on to her next flight. And so her and the kids get home and she starts crying. She really wanted to see her cousin. Her kids start fighting over something and she just yells at him, "Go to bed." And then one of her kids is like, "Well, what about prayer? Are we going to do family prayer?" And she says, "Fine, you say it." Anyway, so her son says a prayer, and it's a sweet prayer, and he talks about how he won the science fair and how he's sharing the things he's grateful for. And she has this thought reaction that, hey, yeah, it is disappointing that I didn't get to see my cousin, but I did get a lot of good things done today. I did make a difference. And it shows her thoughts and by giving images of all the different things that happened throughout the day, helping her friend with babysitting, helping out her sister during lunch, helping out the family with a new baby with food. So I appreciated that thought. I like starting class with a spiritual, thought provoking message about what's most important in life. So I shared some of my thoughts in response to my professor, and then I worked on reviewing some papers of my classmates. Our main assignment this week is to complete a rhetorical analysis paper that's between 900 and 1,500 words. Last week, we completed a rough draft, and so now I've been assigned 2 rough drafts of my classmates to read and provide feedback. So I pulled up their papers and began to read them. I read the first one. It was from The first one, my classmate was reviewing a speech, a commencement speech by a lady named Toni Morrison. Now, I'm unfamiliar with Toni Morrison. I had never heard of her before. And I was reading through the paper, and it was very well structured, has a lot of, you know, it checks a lot of the boxes for the requirements of the paper. However, it was kind of hard for me to read and get through the paper. I didn't have a lot of interest in it. So then I decided to look up the speech and try to listen to the speech. I was a bit surprised because I only got through about 7 minutes of the speech. It's a 22-minute long speech. So then I went back to the paper and read the rest of it, and yeah, it was pretty tough. I sent a response to my classmate. It's a rough draft, so I wasn't going to be overly critical. And also, I part of me just felt like I was in a sleep tired mode. So I'm looking forward to reading it again tomorrow and trying to listen to more of the actual speech as well. I then read the paper of my second classmate, who's actually writing about the same speech I'm writing about, which is Tom Hanks' commencement speech in 2005 at Vassar College. I had a lot more fun reading this paper. It was easier for me to follow and understand what was going on, especially since it's what I'm studying for my paper. The only sad point about the second paper is uh, she only had one page written, so I just said, "Hey, if you finish it up, feel free to send it to me, and I can read the rest." And then I just reviewed the rest of the assignments for the week. We have, aside from reviewing each other's papers, we have three more assignments to be done, and I'll go more into those tomorrow.